Yes. Dumelang and welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to do a short vinyasa flow that will end in the splits. We're doing this as a request that came through our Facebook page. People wanted to know how we prep for splits. So this is how we do it, guys. It's a fun flow. Just pull up your mat and practice with us. We will start. I am practicing with Dimpo today and my name is Kutsafalo. So we are going to start. We'll come to standing at the very top of our mat, right? Feet are hip width apart. You can check whether they're hip width apart. You can put your 2 fists to check. Go all the way up. Breathe in as you do so, and then breathe out. This is just to release the hamstrings, right? Fall, let everything hang. Take a deep breath in. Going all the way, expand as you go up. That means shoulders are away from the ears. Look up, open up your fingers, your eyes, face the ceiling, smile. And then exhale as you go down. This time around, you can just try a little bit to move to your knees, to bring your chest to your knees. If it's too much, bend your knees and just gently pull the chest to the knees. And then gently release. Breathe in, go all the way up, open those shoulders, take them away from the ears, and exhale down. Let's try again to meet the chest to the knees. It doesn't matter if it's too much on your hamstrings. Bend your knees generously. Shake your head, yes. Shake it, no, just to release your neck. And then a deep breath in. One last time, let's go up. A deep breath out, fold. This time, let's try to go in a little bit more. Or you can take your 2 first fingers and wrap them around your big toes. Breathe in, align your spine halfway left. Breathe out, fold. Stay here. Bend your knees. If the stretch is too much, straighten to increase the stretch. Stay here and breathe. And then gently release. You can bring your feet together. You can still keep them hip width apart. Take a deep breath in. Go all the way up. A deep breath out. Go all the way down. Plant all of your fingers on the mat besides your feet. Bend your knees generously. And then gently go all the way to the back. Come to all fours. Tops of the feet on the mat. Big toes are together. Open up the thighs as wide as your mat. You're going to just sit down on the tops of your feet. Extend the arms forward. Forehead on the mat. Let's come to our child's pose. This is a great place to release tension, just to get in tune with yourself and prepare yourself for the practice up ahead, to set your intention, right? Especially when we're doing stretches like the splits, you need to be compassionate and to know that Rome wasn't built in a day, to know that you don't have to hurt yourself to get into a pose. Just breathe and connect. Then we are going to go into our first downward facing dog of the day. You can begin in all fours, tuck in your toes, plant your fingers firmly on the mat, lift up your hips and take them all the way back. All right. The heels come down to the mat, and a very interesting way of making sure that you are firmly grounded is to take your inner ankles out and then to push your outer ankles down. Take your tailbone all the way to the ceiling. Open up the chest, take the shoulders away from the ears. And then just breathe through it all, right? We are going to take the left leg up to the ceiling, as far up as it can go. The right leg, sorry, up to the ceiling. Pretend as if you're just putting a stamp on the ceiling with your foot, right? Try to straighten the leg as much as you can. It's okay if there's a slight bend, right? Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. Breathe through it. You can bend the left knee gently, just to release the back muscles. Bend the right knee, tilt to the left. You can look underneath your left armpit to see your right foot. Stay here, breathe. In and out gently. And then take the right foot forward to low lunge, right? In low lunge, make sure that the knee is not overextending. This is a complete no-no. We do not want any pressure on the knee. So the knee is either aligned to the ankle or a little bit behind the ankle. Breathe in. Go all the way up. Stay here and breathe. In and out, slowly, deeply. And if you are familiar with the Ujjayi pranayama, engage the Ujjayi breath. Otherwise, remain calm, breathe calmly, and find your balance. Now bring your hands down. We are moving over to the left side, right? Lift up the hips, take the right leg back, downward facing dog. You can walk your down dog up and down. Just release the tension in your body, let it go. Breathe. Remember, if you are not breathing, then it's not real. It means you are fighting, you are forcing, and that's not what this is about, right? Left leg up, put a stamp on that ceiling. This is how you stay grounded both ways. Right leg is firmly on the floor. Left leg, the stamp on the ceiling. Stay here, breathe. Come to your center. Avoid the temptation to lean too much to the side. Come back to center and push that leg up. Stay here, breathe. Then gently bend the left leg. Stay here. When you bend it, it will tilt naturally to the left. That's okay. Stay here, breathe, and open. This is a hip opener. So I will show you with Dimple how it's supposed to be, right? This part is open because you are opening the hip. You are not just taking this leg back. You are opening the hip and taking it to the side, right? That's how you know that this is a hip opener. Stay here, breathe. And then gently take your knee to the chest and forward into a lunge. Right? Make sure you're not overextending the knee. Make sure that there is no pressure whatsoever on the knee, because we want the hips to work. Stay here, breathe in and out through your nose. Find your balance. Shoulders away from the ears. And then gently we go to hands and knees to downward facing dog. And then gently walk to the top of the mat. You can jump, you can float, whatever feels good. Let everything drop down. Feet hip width apart. You can just go into ragdoll and let everything fall. Find your breath, take a break. And then we are going in to the second sun salutation of the day. Breathe in, rise up. Breathe out, fold. Breathe in, halfway lifting. Breathe out, high plank to low plank. You can be on your knees. Let's go low. Up dog. Down dog. Right leg up. Take it to the side. Let's go into low lunge. Hands down. We are going to vinyasa this time. High to low plank. Up dog to down dog. Right? Left leg up. Tilt. All the way forward. Low lunge. Hands down. Let's flow. High plank. You can be on your knees, remember. Going low. Up dog. Down dog. Look at your hands. Prepare to go forward. You can walk. You can jump. You can float. Let's find our way to the top of the mat, halfway lifting, folding, all the way up. Remember, you have to warm the body. You cannot stretch anything that is cold. When you stretch something when it's cold, what happens? It breaks, right? Fold, lift halfway. You can walk. You can jump. Let's go. High plank to low. Up dog to down dog. This time, we are going to lift the left leg up, take it to the side. This time, take it to your chest. We are going for half pigeon and just gently put it across. You can have it at a 90-degree angle. You can have it at a 45-degree angle, whichever feels good, right? I will have it here, right? Breathe in, lengthen, and then gently fold. You can come to your elbows, like I am doing, or you can completely melt down the way Dimpo is doing. Completely your choice, and it will depend on what feels comfortable, right? Just stay and breathe in and out deeply. Now we are stretching, right? And when you are stretching, you need to relax, you need to let go, and you need to be present. And at first, it will be a little bit stiff, but as it gets better, you can go all the way down. Stay and breathe. You can play with your breath. And the Ujjayi breath is such a beautiful breath. It's the breath like the waves of the ocean. So the breath is relaxing my body so that it can stretch as far as it is possible for the body without any resistance. Now we're going to prepare to get out of the pose. Hands come to the mat, plant them firmly. Tuck in the left toes, lift up the hips, and then send the right leg back to a downward facing dog. Can walk in place. Half pigeon is also an intense stretch, so just let it go. Left leg up. Put a stamp on the ceiling. Bend to the side. And then knee to chest. And then left knee, left hand. You can put it at a 90-degree angle, or it could be here, whatever feels comfortable. Come to the side. You need to be here, not here, not here, but in the center, right? So you're going to lengthen, breathe in, and then fold. I'm going to start on my elbows. Also, you will realize that You are probably more flexible on one side than you are on the other side. That is completely fine. And stay here breathing, remembering that some of those poses, we hold them for a bit longer than the others. And this is how flexibility will happen, like when you stay with the pose and allow it to find its place of comfort. Just guide it with your breath, breathing deeply in and out. You are breathing through the nose as if you are sucking air through a straw. And when you breathe, your whole body expands. When you breathe out, it contracts. So just go into your breath. Try to find stillness in the pose. Resist the temptation to fidget, to move. Let the breath be the only thing that is moving, because this is also a meditation. Prepare to get out of the pose. Don't rush it. Just get up slowly. This time we are just going to swing the right leg over. We are going into full pigeon, right? This is a challenging stretch. It's intense. Sometimes you'll be like, just take all the flesh from your bum so you're sitting on your sitting bones. So this is how you are going to align full pigeon. The right ankle sits on top of the left knee, which means the left ankle is underneath the right knee, right? So just be gentle. Sometimes it starts here, sometimes it's there, sometimes it goes all the way down. Please remember that people are different, bodies are different. Just don't try to force your body into any position that is not ready to go into, right? So if it goes all the way down, if it doesn't go all the way down, you can put a block just to support your leg. And then just gently find your way down. You can also use another block if you have the yoga block. We bought these ones at Mr. Price. You can find them, I think, at Mr. Price Sports. If you are looking for them, that's where we bought them. So you're going to have one sit in front, and then just gently put your forehead there and relax. But sometimes you don't need the block. You can remove the block and go all the way down. It depends on your level of flexibility and on what feels good. But just don't force the body into anything that it's not ready for. And just breathe. Yoga is such a strange thing. Even sitting like this is not as easy as it seems. And then when the pose opens up a little bit more, find that we are not going to be here for long. Only for 10 breaths. And then gently release the pose. This time we're moving over to the other side. Right will go under, left over. Right. Remember, flexibility is different depending on the side. So here you can just take a block and put it underneath if you need that support. If you don't need it, you can go straight into the pose. On the left side, I definitely need the support. Then stay and breathe. Props are your friends, guys. Don't be ashamed to use props. There's no shame in using props. It just means that you listen to your body and you try to give it what it needs, right? Instead of forcing yourself or fighting to get into a pose. We hold it for 10 breaths. Gently release and let go. Find your way to lying on your back. Your hips have been through a lot, so you can just massage them. Just windshield wiper them side to side. You can also hug in and rock and roll. Whatever feels good, find that movement. And then we're just going to gently pull the right leg to the chest. The left remains down. And breathe. We are going to go into half pigeon. You can do so with your leg like this, or you can straighten the left leg and take your hand to the ball of the right and push it down, right? Push it down, stay here breathing. You can hold this for 2 to 3 minutes if you want. We are just holding it for 10 breaths. then gently release. We're going over to the left, hug in the left, and you can straighten the right. Make sure that the right leg is on the floor. It shouldn't be floating anywhere else. If that happens, just bend the knee. Otherwise, you can straighten it. If it feels comfortable, we're going to take half happy baby, bend the knee, take the hand to the ball of the foot, and then just press it down. Stay here breathing. And then release, let go. You're going to just rock and roll up and down for 3. This is 1. This is 2. And then this is 3. We are going to find our way back to downward facing dog. Breathe in, right leg up. We are going into our splits. This is the final pose in the sequence. Breathe. You can stretch it a little. Let's go to that low lunge. This time, flatten the back foot. This mat is pretty comfortable, but if you are practicing on the floor, bend the mat to give yourself an extra cushion. Otherwise, I don't need it. You can have your blocks. Give yourself some length here and just hold. Open up your chest. Always find opportunities for chest openers, right? And then gently, you could do the front splits. Just push your weight back and extend. You will feel this on the back of your leg. It's okay, you can stay here if this is comfortable for you, right? This is a half split. You can stay here if it's comfortable. You can point your toes if you want to. And then you can stay here. This could be your final pose. But if you want to test your flexibility, you can open up a little bit more, right? A little bit more. This will depend. I don't need this. And then, because you have your blocks, you can put your block underneath. Sometimes it will start here. At times, it will start here. You can put 1 block. You can put 2 blocks, depending. If it feels good, you stay here, right? But then, Dimple will stay here. I agree you will. And if you want to go all the way down, you can, but you have to make sure that it's there for you. You don't want to force anything. You don't want to tear anything. Take a deep breath in, go all the way up. You can come down, open up the chest, stay here. We'll take it for 5 deep breaths. And then gently, gently get off the pose. You can just go to the right so that you release. You come here. You can come to your hammock because this is also a very intense pose, right? Just stretch it out. Stretch it out. And I bet you were wondering why we're doing all those poses. Sometimes you're a little bit older, you are not as flexible as you used to be, so you just don't get into poses. You just have to warm the whole body first. Let's go to our downward facing dog. You can take a child's pose first if it's there for you and if you have the time. Left leg to the ceiling, bend at the knee. Take it to the low lunge. Find your blocks. If it's uncomfortable, give yourself some extra cushions. Do you see how even now, my knee is not pushing too much. I'm not putting any weight on the knee. You can go for your half splits here. Go for your half splits and then just relax down. My left is not as flexible as my right. So for me, I think I'll just put a block here. Maybe this is it for me. I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. Okay, I feel like I can go down a little bit. You see, you have to listen. Okay, I'm like, okay, I can go down just a little bit. Okay, there we are. But I will need my blocks because I need support. Stay here breathing for 5. Breathing for 4. Breathing for 3. Now I found my support breathing. Do you see how breath helps? For 2. Breathing for 1. Maybe just Dimple has had it. Thinking maybe just 1 breath, but it's okay. You can lean over to the other side and release the stretch. Okay, then just give a bit of massage to your feet and then come all the way down. Hug in and breathe out. Take the left leg straight. Hug in the right. Or take it to the side. We are gazing over to the opposite direction. And then back to center. Release. Hug in the left. Take it to the right, gaze over to the left. Shoulders on the mat. Make sure that the shoulders are always on the mat. And breathe. And then find your way into Shavasana. You're going to stay in Shavasana for 5 minutes. And when the 5 minutes are done and you get out of Shavasana, you're going to just bend your knees, roll over to the right side as if you're waking up from bed. Just give yourself time, right? Don't rush the process. And then gently come up to sitting. After 5 minutes, Shavasana is 5 to 10 minutes. And it's important because then you get to soak in your whole practice. It has been fun practicing with you. We'll see you in our next videos. Namaste. Getting cut.